Ethan was known as a clever man, too clever for his own good. He worked in finance and knew exactly how to twist contracts, delay payments, and hide behind fine print. When a young woman named Clara trusted him with her savings, she believed he would help her invest it safely. Instead, Ethan manipulated the documents and slowly transferred a large sum into his own accounts. When Clara discovered the truth, it was too late. The money was gone. She confronted him, her hands shaking, her voice breaking. Ethan stayed calm, cold, and emotionless. He told her she had misunderstood the agreement. There was nothing she could do. Clara left his office in silence, but before walking away, she turned back and looked at him with empty eyes. "You will never feel peace again," she said quietly. Ethan laughed it off. At first, nothing happened. Days passed. Ethan enjoyed his stolen money. New clothes, expensive dinners, late-night drives through the city. He slept well and felt untouchable. Then the dreams began. In his sleep, Ethan saw Clara standing at the edge of a dark street, holding a bag filled with coins. The coins dripped endlessly onto the ground, echoing loudly. Clara never spoke. She only stared. He woke up sweating, his heart racing. "It's just guilt," he told himself. But the dream returned the next night. And the next. Soon, Ethan started seeing her while awake. One evening, as he walked home, he caught a glimpse of someone standing across the street. A woman, pale, still. When he blinked, she was gone. Inside his apartment, mirrors began to unsettle him. Sometimes, for just a second, his reflection seemed delayed. Sometimes, behind his reflection, he thought he saw a shadow that didn't belong to him. His phone started glitching. Unknown numbers called him at night. But when he answered, there was only the faint sound of coins clinking together. Ethan stopped sleeping. Whenever he closed his eyes, he felt watched. His apartment no longer felt safe. The corners of rooms seemed darker than before, as if light refused to enter them. One night, while washing his hands, the water in the sink turned ice cold. When he looked up, Clara stood behind him in the mirror. Her mouth opened slowly. "Give it back." Ethan screamed and turned around. No one was there. The mirror cracked down the center. From that moment on, Clara followed him everywhere. On the subway, he felt someone breathing behind his neck. On empty streets, footsteps echoed in perfect rhythm with his own. In crowded places, he suddenly felt isolated, as if invisible walls separated him from everyone else. He tried to escape bars, friends' houses, hotels, but the dreams followed him. In every dream, Clara grew closer. Her face became clearer, her eyes darker, and always the sound of coins. Ethan began to break. At work, he heard whispers coming from empty offices. Numbers on screens rearranged themselves into messages. "Return what is not yours." He tried to give the money away. Charity, strangers, random transfers, but nothing worked. The amount in his account never changed. One night, he woke up to the sound of coins falling onto his bedroom floor. They were everywhere. And Clara was standing at the foot of his bed. She no longer looked fully human. Her movements were slow, unnatural. Her shadow bent in ways shadows shouldn't. When she spoke, her voice sounded like it came from far away. "You carry my loss," she said. "You walk with my pain." Ethan fell to his knees, begging, crying, promising anything. Clara tilted her head. Not promises, she replied. Restitution. The city itself turned against him. Streetlights shut off as he passed beneath them. Automatic doors refused to open. His reflection disappeared from store windows. People brushed past him without noticing him at all. Ethan realized the truth. He was becoming invisible to the living. Only Clara could see him now. Desperate, Ethan returned to the office where it all began. He printed documents, gathered proof, prepared to confess everything. As dawn approached, Clara appeared one final time, calm, silent, watching. Ethan transferred every stolen cent back to her account. The moment the transaction completed, the air changed. The whispers stopped. The shadows loosened their grip. Clara stepped back, her form slowly fading. "You are free," she said, "but you will never forget." Ethan survived, but he was never the same. Even years later, the sound of coins makes his chest tighten. He avoids mirrors. He never sleeps with the lights off. And sometimes, late at night, when the city is silent, he swears he hears footsteps behind him, slow, patient, reminding him that some debts are never truly paid. Years passed, but peace never truly returned to Ethan. He moved to a different city, changed his job, and avoided anything that reminded him of money, banks, contracts, even coins. On the surface, he lived a quiet, ordinary life, but something inside him remained broken. One night, during a heavy storm, the power went out in his apartment. The darkness felt familiar, too familiar. Then he heard it. A single coin dropped onto the floor. Ethan froze. His breathing became shallow. Slowly, he turned on his phone flashlight. There were no coins on the ground, only wet footprints leading from his bedroom to the front door. Footprints that slowly faded away. That night, Ethan dreamed of Clara again. But this time, she wasn't angry. She looked distant, tired. "You returned the money," she said, "but not the damage." When Ethan woke up, his phone displayed a notification from an unknown account. Balance pending. From that day on, Ethan began noticing people like himself. Men and women who avoided mirrors. People who flinched at sudden sounds. Strangers who stared too long at the ground, as if afraid to look up. On the subway, he locked eyes with an older man who whispered as the train passed, "The end